It is simply unbelievable that in order to let Pakistanis wear new slippers in the new year, this simple and small company in Peshawar, using the discarded slippers, recycled at low prices to produce cheap and comfortable slippers. At present, these discarded slippers recycled at low prices from the surrounding villages are the best raw materials for producing brand new slippers. They have a long mileage and service life. In order to avoid real mouth and nose bacteria infection, so the workers responsible for handling the slippers also wore masks for the first time. The workers would first use tools to remove metal and other impurities from the slippers to ensure the purity of the raw materials. Next, the processed slippers would be put into the crusher, which would quickly crush them into plastic particles. Then the workers who had already trained themselves to be iron-headed workers would directly grab the plastic particles from under the high-speed rotating flywheel and put them into the weaving. The plastic granules are weighed and exploded in the bag, and then they can be transferred to the production workshop. Here, workers will pour the plastic granules into the mixer and add antioxidants and other additives to the plastic granules to improve the physical properties of the plastic. At the same time, they will add an appropriate amount of master batch and stir at high speed in order to produce the required color of slippers. After the mixing is completed, the workers need to transfer the plastic granules to the production line, the large machine in front of you. The disc injection molding machine is used to produce slip-on shoes. At this time, the plastic particles poured into the injection molding machine's feed port will be melted into a hot sole under the strong squeezing of the bare rod inside the machine and the high temperature heating of the front barrel. The steel boxes on the disc are the molds used to produce slip-on shoes. When the mold is moved under the injection nozzle, the cylinder at the bottom will push the mold onto the nozzle and then quickly push the mold into the mold. Note, in this way, when the sole is cooled and solidified in the mold can be opened to take out the produced slippers. This process requires a worker to be responsible for taking out the slippers and cleaning the mold to ensure the efficiency of the entire production process. Next, the produced slippers will be transferred to the assembly line next to it. The worker will first use a tetanus knife to remove the edge burrs produced by the dormitory and then apply orange paint on the logo of the slippers by hand. Materials a color scheme that shows the brand value and gives the slippers a warm feel. However, the slippers at this time still look a bit monotonous, so workers will also outline an orange line on the upper and then draw a white line on the edge of the sole to make the entire slipper look more fashionable and beautiful. Although the mold precision of its slipper production is not high, but the overall design of its shoes is comprehensive, comfortable, and non-slip outsole with the fashionable and elegant upper, it is quite face-saving to wear it during the Chinese New Year. Next, you can conduct quality inspection on the slippers and carefully check the size of the slippers. Then you can use plastic bags to carefully pack the slippers. Although this kind of slippers may make your feet smelly, this package of 6 pairs of fashionable slippers plus the auction price of only 9.9 yuan at the end of the year made it a hot product sold at stalls in villages and towns. So after watching the whole process, what do you think? How about the slippers produced in this way?